Good morning. I'm Pastor Corby Johnson from the United Methodist Church in Safford, Arizona, and I'm so glad that you joined me today. You do have permission to share this devotion daily if you'd like to. You're welcome to get a group together, maybe a lunch group, and share a devotion together every day. However you want to use it, just make sure it says Pastor Corby Johnson. I appreciate that. Today is October 14th, and it's Thursday, October 14th, and we're in Proverbs chapter 26, verses 13 through 16. You will notice that I take this a little slowly, not as a sluggard, but that's kind of what we're talking about right now. Today, a sluggard says, "There's a lion in the road, a fierce lion roaming the streets. As a door turns on its hinges, so a sluggard turns to his bed. A sluggard buries his hand in the dish and is too lazy to bring it to his mouth. A sluggard is wiser in his own eyes or her own eyes than 7 people who answer discreetly." What comes to mind when you think of a sluggard? Someone who is lazy, loafs around, lets other people do the work, perhaps has gotten slovenly with hygiene, but always has an answer and always knows it all. Imagine what comes to mind when you think of a sluggard. Our activity today kind of tickled me a little bit because I have never thought of a sluggard as being someone who knows it all or who thinks they know it all. But it makes sense when you think of people, when I think of people that I've worked with who have stood by when everyone else was doing the heavy lifting or the real work and barks orders, but never gets their hands dirty. How does it feel to work with someone that doesn't really pitch in when the work gets difficult, when the work gets down and dirty? Our action today is, so what do you do? I've found that people like this have their strong points. Perhaps they're the gopher. Go for this and go for that. That they just can't focus long enough to stay with one task. Or maybe their body's just not used to or built for any kind of manual labor. Maybe they're good at getting the food and the snacks ready for everyone. Maybe they're the cheerleader that says, "Oh, good job. Wow, I like the way you did that. Keep up the good work." Everyone has a place in God's kingdom, and we're not all the same because we all need each other to complete a task. So when you're working, make sure that you know what your task is and focus on what you do well so that you're not considered the sluggard. Thank you for joining me today. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord look upon you with favor and grant you peace. God's blessings for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.